Tops 85401 here. Actually, no, ripping for Rutschman's with a VR for Tops 85401 here. And that's why we've got Mark McGwire, because this is 1985 Tops, number 401, Mark McGwire. So there he is with his toothpick baseball bat, looking like, I don't know, Paul Bunyan or something. Super happy. And then, Tops 85401, big. He's a big Barry Bonds collector, so got to put Barry in the middle right there with the 86 Fleer traded. So for the VR, got to, I guess, say what got you into YouTube, that kind of thing. So somehow, not really sure how it happened, but I was just in Walgreens, saw the 2019 Tops, something about it, It was interesting, autograph relic cards, all these pack odds. Had no idea what any of that was about, but for some reason thought I would get it. And then just got hooked from there. And, to take you back to that time, I had no idea, there were, different parallels. You had, the Walgreens yellow. So here's a Max Scherzer in a yellow. And then there was Walmart, had other color parallels. I can't remember if it was blue or what, but I had no idea you had these... what do you call this? Rainbow prism or silver foil, whatever it was. Anyway, but there's a Blake Snell. And then I had no idea, about numbered cards. Here's, Dansby, Swanson sliding in. And this is, I didn't know you do them out of each year. So this is, what is this, 2008 out of 2019 on the Dansby. Now on the Cubs. Shout out David M. And, and then the rookies at the time, here got it in the, for Jeff McNeil, yellow Walgreens parallel. Kyle Tucker, now on the Cubs, just like Dansby Swanson. So that's his rookie. And then Cedric Mullins, unfortunately, now on the Mets. And Brandon Lau, I always thought it was low. But anyway, still on the Rays. And you had different versions and things like that. And I had no idea, back in the day, here's a Bonds. This is from the Tops update. You would get a box of update, and it would have, it was like a mini set. But instead now, instead of getting a box, you would get packs. And here's, shout out, God is great in TCB. This is 2019 Tops, but this is the update Pacific Power with Shohei, who got his 1,000th hit, which turned out to be a home run. And I think Mike Trout by now has his 400th home run, or any day now. Anyway, but so you would just get packs, and that's how you got the update. You didn't just buy the box that had all of them. So that's what I learned on that. And then I was used to the big tall Bowmans from '89, but then something came, the first Bowman. I remember I was at Burbank Sports Cards in 2019. Some guy got this card, or maybe a short print version, I don't know. And they were talking about selling it. He was going to sell it to them for hundreds or thousands of dollars. I don't know. It was insane to me, but glad I have it now. But it, obviously not as much as they were talking about then. I had no idea about the autograph cards. Here's Dean Kramer. He pitched 7 scoreless innings today for the O's. Actually got beat the Astros in 2 out of 3 games in the series. Last I checked, we were up 12-0 in the bottom of the 9th. But, and then you just look on the back and, that's a certified autograph. So pretty cool. Anyway, and then the whole thing also that got me in the YouTube, though, was just, I thought, I'll just win free cards. This is a cool way to win free cards. I won this here. This, I don't know if it's an official Mike Piazza rookie, but there you go, in a PSA 8. Won that. And won these Cal Ripkens. Thankfully I've won a few things over the years, but these are just some ones that I just found. This is 94 score. So love those. Shout out Autographs 2000, Clean Cheap Shots, everybody. It's a Ripken collector, but in any case, pretty cool to have those. So I just thought, I'm not going to just be a lurker. I'm going to go and make a channel. So that's what I did. The other thing I learned is that, they had in 2019 throwback cards. So, iconic card. So thought, what? I got to have that. Horribly miscut, but really didn't pay a lot for it. So, but pumped to have this 68 Rod Carew. So shout out to Commenting Collector. The other thing, too, that I thought learned was cool. Hey, had bat relics. I had no idea. Here's a Eddie Murray, piece of his bat. You can see, I can't remember if this is Topps Tribute, Topps Finest, but hey, growing up, one of my favorite players. Now I got a piece of his bat, so thought that was cool. So picked that up back in the day. And also, you could get a piece of the jersey. Joe Flacco with his right here. This is a short print, I don't know, out of 199, 100, something like that. But anyway, cool to have that. And then, hey, you could maybe won the lottery. Here's a Tom Brady, but the winning ticket. So there you go. I think that's, I don't know what kind of, it's an insert or something. And then, it's like, well, where did Donruss go? Well, I don't know. I guess they were acquired by Panini and sort of went invisible. Just kidding, but this is, I don't know. I forget what they call these. But anyway, it's a cool Freddie Freeman. So just wanted to show that just because, Donruss. But now it's Panini. Panini, Donruss, whatever. And then I had no idea they had case hits. So, there you go. One in every case of Acuna Jr. I think it's a 2023 case hit right there. Home field advantage. So, kind of interesting how collecting changed over the years. But, glad I got back into it. And thanks for watching. See you next time.